Hello everyone, we are the day 10 of Advent of Cyber, and this time we have the task of using Nmap. And this walkthrough room tells you about the IP addresses and what are they, what is Nmap, what are ports. I'm gonna skip through all of that. I'm not gonna explain it because this is just too basic. Or you can just search it on Google or read this because it's very easy. You know what is IP address, of course. So you can read it and you can get the understanding of it. Then you can also find what is your computer's IP address or what is your local host IP address by just typing in ipconfig in your Kali machine or IPADDR, that is IP address show command, and then it will show you the your network adapter name and your MAC address and your IP here. Then we have protocols and servers. Then we have ports here, the simple ports here, that the ones that are used mostly, that is HTTP is on port 80, HTTPS secured version is on port 443, then POP3 for mailing service, and then SSH, Telnet, 32 and 23. These are just too basic. And then we have Nmap. This is the interesting one. Nmap is used to scan a network for open ports and what services are running on the ports. And then also you can do the Nmap per room, and that is hosted on TryHackMe. It's a very good room. You should probably do it if you don't know what's Nmap. And then here in just a brief, it tells you what is Nmap and what flags you can use to scan a IP address or a machine. We have the IP address here. I have already started the machine. Let's increase another R. And then we have here TCP scan, TCP connect scan. Here to run this type of scan, we need to specify the -SD option. And then Nmap will attempt to connect the three-way handshake, that is SYN, ACK, and then SYNACK. You can look for what is three-way handshake. Let's just see it real quick. The three-way handshake process explained by Geek for Geeks. And this tells you what is the three-way handshake. Here you can see, let's close it. Yeah, here you can see we send SYN, and then server acknowledge your request, then sends you SYN acknowledge, and then in the response we send acknowledge. You can take a look at this article and understand what it is. And then we have TCP SYN scan. Here you can do the SYN scan using -SS option. And Nmap, here in this scan, Nmap will not make a complete connection because this is specified as a silent scan that cannot be detected by the firewalls to evade the weak firewalls. Though sometimes it can be captured by the firewalls and may be blocked. And so enough talking, let's just get in the box and let's see the first task here. It says help Muscali run this command and find how many ports are open between 1 and 100. So let's just quickly take a look at this. I'm gonna go to my Kali machine here, and then I'm gonna say nmap-st specified with the IP address. Then it told us to scan only the 1000 ports, 1000 or 100. Yeah, 1 to 100 ports. So to do that, I'm gonna just say 1-100. Now dash p is for specifying the ports, and 1-100 means of course 1 to 100 ports. Then we have found two ports open here, that is SSH and HTTP. So let's just type in 2 here and then submit. Then it says what is the smallest port number that is open. That was 22 for SSH, and press enter. Then we have what is the service related to the highest port number you found on the first question, that is HTTP. The highest port is of course 80, and then you can see the service here that says HTTP. All right, and now it says now run this command, and did you get the same results? So here you can see that clearly we are using a different command, sorry, different flag, that is -ss, and -ss is for silent scan or TCP SYN scan. Earlier we did the TCP connect scan using the -sd option, and it asks us did you get the same results. So let's just quickly run that command here, and it says you require root privileges to run this command. So I'm going to use the sudo here and then run this command. Of course you need to specify your password here, and then also it told you know that only two ports are open. So I'm gonna again say -p 1 to 100 to specify the ports and make the scan a little faster, otherwise it will scan all the 65,535 ports. So again, we can see 22 TCP open SSH and open SSH. And looking at the previous result of the scan, you can see it's just the same. We have 22 TCP open SSH here, and then the same result here. So yeah, the result is probably the same. So I'm gonna say yes, we got the same result. And then it says correct answer. Then we move on. It says if you want Nmap to detect the version info of the services that is installed on the server or on the port running, you can use nmap-sv flag. and it asks us what is the version number of the web server. Here, a -sv flag is used to find the version of the services that is running on the server. So you can just paste it here, and then we will find the version that is running, or the services and their version running on that specific port or on the specific service. This can take some time to run, so I'm gonna again specify -p, then 1 to 100 posts, because only 2 posts are open as we previously saw in our previous scans. So that makes the scan a little bit faster. Otherwise, again, as I told you before, it will scan all the ports. So you can also press enter key or any other key to look at uh, how much percent the scan has been done. Here we can see clearly the SSH is of version 8.2p1 open SSH, and then you can see Apache web server is running here, that is 2.4.49, and I guess this version is vulnerable to LFI, not sure. Sorry for the cut, but I had to go somewhere, so I had to stop recording. Continuing from where we left off, it asks us what is the version of the web server. And the web server used here is, of course, Apache HTTP. So let's just copy this. That is 2.4.49, and I'm sure this is vulnerable to LFI and RCE. We'll take a look at it. So just paste it here and click on submit. Then it's asked us by checking the vulnerabilities related to this install web server. You learn that there is a critical vulnerability that allows you remote code execution. What is the CV number of this vulnerability that was solved in version 2.4.51? So yeah, this 2.4.49 is vulnerable to RCE, and you can also search that up quickly by using a search exploit tool, and then type in here Apache 2.4 and press enter. And here you'll see a couple of results pop up on your screen. I'm gonna scroll up, and then you can see here it says Apache HTTP server 2.4.49, and that is vulnerable to path traversal. That is a local file inclusion, I guess. And let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, yeah, path traversal and remote code execution. Here you have the sh script, that is bash script that you can run on Linux only. So I'm gonna just copy this path and get this real good. And one more thing to notice here is that it says 2.4.4 and is vulnerable to these two vulnerabilities, and same goes for the 2.4.50. And you must be wondering that why did they make the same version with the following vulnerabilities still existing, and that is because they tried fixing it, but in the 2.4.50 the bypass was still successful, and so it was once again vulnerable. So they released another patch in the 2.4.51 there where they fully patched the vulnerability. So yeah, this is the vulnerability which they patched in 2.4.51 version. So I'm just gonna copy this file and gonna take a look at this. I'm gonna say locate, and then tells me the full path of where it is located. I use nano text editor to open this file, and we have it open here. Then you can see in the file it tells you the CVE. Where's the CVE? So we have the CVE here, and let's just paste it here. Click on submit. Well, that didn't work. Let's take a look at the hint, and it says 2.4.5 provided an incomplete fix for CVE this. Well, this is what I have typed in. Not sure what's happening here. Let's take another look at the another file we have here. That's of 2.4.50 here. So let's again do the locate here, and then copy this path, and then open this in nano text editor. Then again, we have this CVE, this is, which is different one. Just trying this out, and we have the correct answer here. And the reason it worked was because it asks us for the CV number of the vulnerability that was solved in version 2.4.51. So in 2.4.51, the vulnerability that was fixed is the vulnerability that was in 2.4.50, and that was path traversal and remote code execution, and it gets assigned this CVE. If I'm right, earlier in 2.4.49, when initially path traversal or LFI was detected, there was assigned a different CVE. There was no RCE detected. But when they patched it in 2.4.50, they discovered RCE, and same they tried for 4.49, and they discovered that yeah, this works on here too. So they updated the exploit file and assign the same title of RCE and path traversal. So that is why there are two different CVEs instead of just a single one. That being said, let's go to our next task. It's you're putting the pieces together. Good idea. Okay. This is a part of the story. It says attacker might have installed a backdoor, and we are required to scan if there is some service listening on uncommon port outside of 1,000 common ports that nmap scans. So if you run nmap without dash p dash flag, then nmap will scan only for 1000 ports. But if you type in dash p dash flag, then nmap will scan all the ports that are out there. We need to specify this or this to scan all the ports, and then find which service is running that is odd. Before, let's quickly do that, and let's just look at the nmap command here, and then gonna say dash p dash to specify uh, all the ports, and then I'm gonna also say dash vvv for specify for the verbose mode, so it will tell me uh, any discovered ports right away without completing the scan. You can see here it discovered port 22 and then outputted the same here, and discovered port 80 and then instantly outputted here. Same way, if we discover any other port that is listening outside 1000 ports, then we will be able to see it here. This can take some time to run, so I will pause the recording here. Alright, when the scan finishes, we can see on port 20212, telnet is running. That is version Linux telnet D, and I think that is what is asked from us. So let's see. It says what is the port number that appears to be in the results now. That is 20212, I guess. Was that the one? Yeah. Next, it's asking what is the name of the program listening on the newly discovered port. That is Linux telnet. So I'm gonna say telnet D, press enter, and we have it done. And yeah, so if you want to learn more about this, then you can check out the network security module for sure. Okay, so that was this for this time. I hope you learned something new this time. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, guys.